Okay, hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the chicken breeds or stocks to be raised. But before we proceed this discussions, I'd like to recall the previous discussions that we have. So we discussed about the digestive systems of the chickens, okay, and we have seen the different parts of the chicken alimentary canals, starting from the mouth up to the cloaca, and there are some digestive system or parts of the digestive system in there. So that's okay. So let us proceed now with the chicken breeds or stocks to raise. Okay. So when choosing chicken breeds or stock to raise, so first the stock should only be purchased from the available hatchery or whale franchise dealer where the parent stock are well housed and well managed. So we have to buy chickens or stocks from a reliable hatchery or franchise dealer where stocks are well housed and well managed. So these are the considerations when choosing or buying stocks from a reliable hatchery or well housed and well managed hatcheries. So the second consideration in choosing a stocks to raise, the kind of stock to buy depends on the purpose. Depends on the purpose which is going to be raised. Okay, whether we are trying to buy meat type chicken or egg type chicken or a dual purpose type of chicken. It's okay, so it depends on the purpose, whether it is for meat, for layer, or for dual purpose meat or layer, or for shall I say game purposes, okay, or for ornamental purposes. So depende. So another consideration in selecting or choosing a stocks or breeds to raise. Okay, chicks should be free from disease. Okay, free from disease and deformities. So try to check every chickens or every chicks you are going to buy. Another is chicks should have uniform size as well as uniform color. And in the case of broiler chicks, should not be less than broiler should not be less than 33 grams at the old. Okay, based on our experience in our actual activity, so your the old chicks, if you can still recall, so there are some chicks that have more than 40 grams and even up to 60 grams. So more or less okay na yung mga napili natin last time. Other consideration is for a start, kung bago lang magsugod sa business, so a popular strain is raised in the community can be selected as it is an indication of the bird's good performance under existing farm condition. So if you can purchase the chicks that you want to purchase is available in the community, so try to purchase what is already available in the community because they are of course has adjusted already to the environmental conditions in your area. Okay, another, for broilers, choose those that have high livability and are fast growers. So yung mababa yung percent mortality and high yung livability and fast growers. So fast growers because we try to capitalize the time of rearing or raising chickens. Although they are fast eaters, but don't worry because they are also fast growers. Okay, in fact, you can have more than a kilo of broilers now for 25 days of uh, feeding starting from the old chick. As in our experience sa to ang activity, if you can observe, so we raise our chickens for a period of 30 days and we have measured their weight interval for every 5 days. As you can observe, sa 25 days, mayroon ng mga more than a kilo dun. Okay, so ganun. So for layers naman, sa inahin manok, for layers, choose that have good egg size. Okay? Egg size, then high egg production, and long productive life. Okay, di ba? Kung meron tayong mga classification ng egg, we have peewee, small, medium, large, jumbo. Sorry, we have peewee, small, medium, large, XL. Yung mga classification. High egg productions and have long productive life. So that's a consideration for selecting stocks or breeds for the years. Okay, so what are the major traits to consider when choosing breeds or stock to raise? So the major traits to consider first include sexual maturity or age. So try to look into the sexual maturity or age at first egg production. A pullet is said to be sexually matured when she lays his first egg. So sa una pa niyang pangitlog, makitlog siya isa. So that is an indication na sexually mature na ang manok kung nakaitlog nagkaisa. Ang sexual maturity at first egg production approximately has a heritability. H2 refers to heritability. Approximates H2 of 30%. So ang sexual maturity could be inherited from the parents by 30%. If the parents lays egg at early age, then that characteristic of sexual maturity will be transmitted to their offspring with equivalent to 30%. Okay, H2 by the way is H2 meaning H2 equals to heritability. Heritability. Ibig sabihin, mamana, mapasa dito sa kaliwat. So, kung inahan niya is, ang dugay sa mature o itlog, so iya po mga anak, 30% ang chance nga dugay po ng itlog. Okay. Sexual maturity can be greatly advanced or delayed by environmental, especially by lighting program or followed during rearing. So, I mean to say, sexual maturity could be affected by environmental factors, such as, for example, kung ang manok nga mga program to be layers o mga layers, dali sila mag-mature kung sobra ang suga, sobrang hayag. Kung 24 hours ang pahayag, so dali sila ma-mature, dali sila matigulang. Okay? So there must be a required period or length of providing lights or lighting during laying period. Okay. So itong i-discuss later on kung sa mga lighting requirements sa mga layers later on. Okay. So number 2, we have the intensity or rate of egg production. Ito yung mga other traits that we are to consider when selecting particular layers. So intensity or rate of egg production. So this refers to the number of eggs laid by a hen during a given period of time. So intensity, an approximate heritability of 10%. Okay, so ibig sabihin, kung daghang itlog ang parents, ang anak, so 10% of that traits, intensity or rate of egg production, 10% of that traits could be inherited by the offspring. So mamana, 10% lang ang chance ang mamana ang gidaghanog itlog. So kung dahog itlog usually is sa pagkaon, no? So another trait you are to look into when choosing breeds or stock to raise for layers. So we have no, this is under intensity or rate of egg production. We have the hen day average. Hen day average. Ibig sabihin so this refers to the total number of eggs divided by number of hen days. Okay. And hen days egg production is the percent day production from the time birds reach 50%. Again, hen days average egg production is the percent day in production from the time birds reach 50% productions to end of a given period. So try to analyze this one. Hen days average egg production. Hen days average egg production is the percent day production from the time birds reach 50% production to end of a given period of time. Okay, another measure of intensity or rate of egg production, we have the hen-housed egg production. Hen-housed egg production. Hen-housed egg production is the number of eggs per pallet housed. So number of eggs per pallet housed computed from the time of housing to the end of a given period. Okay, is hen-housed egg production is the number of egg per pallet. So meaning to say the hen-house egg production refers to the total number of eggs divided by the number of hens originally housed. So kung naa kay isa ka layer house, so pila ka buok itlog gid ang na-harvest ana nga layer house, i-divide kung pila ka buok manok nga naa diha ana nga layer house. So that is the hen-housed egg production. Okay. So I'll go back to the Hindi average. Hindi average refers to total number of eggs, okay, divided by the number of hen days. Ibig sabihin, ang total number of eggs i-divide kung pila ka adlaw na manok nga gi-raise. Ayan. Okay, another traits to consider in choosing a layer. So you have egg size. So egg size. This trait has an approximate heritability of 50%. So kung dagko itlog na nga makaliwat sa manok, so most likely ang ilang mga anak dagko sa 50% sa anang trait sa egg size mamana sa iyang mga anak. So size of egg is correlated with the number of factors. So what are the factors affecting the size of eggs? Eggs, we have hatching date, body size of the chicken, and age at maturity, age of pallets, weather condition. Okay. Second year. Ibig sabihin na yung second year has an effect on egg sizes. Another period of time with which the clutch. So period of time within the clutch. Clutch is a group of eggs, no? So again, period of time within the clutch. Those last at the beginning of the clutch are those last within the clutch. Those last at the beginning of the clutch are larger. So katong mga itlog nga unang gipangitlog mas dagko kumpara sa itlog nga ulahing giitlog. Then total eggs laid. Kung daghag itlog, posible gagmay ra ang size sa itlog. Yan. So another traits you have to consider in choosing the stocks or breeds for layers. We have the egg quality. Okay, the heritability of egg quality ranging from 20 to 50%. Okay, kung gwapo ilang itlog o quality, ang ilang mga anak 20 to 50% of the traits may inherit nila ang quality of eggs dito sa iyang mga anak. So you have two types of quality. We have the exterior quality of egg, meaning shell color, texture, strength, and shape. So we have to lock the shell basin og gabok ayo siya eggshell. Then color, for example, ang color sa iyang shell, texture, strength, and shape. So that is the exterior quality. The interior quality of an egg, we have freedom from blood spots. Okay, wala blood spots. Pwede ang ilalom. Height and thick of albumin. So, yun. Katong height and thick of albumin katong puti. Yan ang mga quality. And we also try to look at into the kanang color yellow bitaw sa itlog. So kung mas yellow, mas okay. Pero mas luspad, dili okay ang quality ng egg. So another trait to consider in choosing layer, we have body weight. Ang heritability ng body weight is 55%. Kung dagko kaliwat ang mga manuka, 55% sa body weight nga traits ma-inherit sa ilahang mga offspring. Okay? A large body weight is primarily important to broiler and chicken breeders. On the other hand, egg-laying strains of chickens, small or intermediate body size is preferred. So katong mga itlogay kasagara, mga small body size. So another major traits to consider, we have the growth rate. So paspas mutubo ano ang growth rate. So about 30% of the growth rate is heritable to the next generation of the offspring. So this is important in broiler and turkey production. Rapid growth means saving time, labor, feed consumptions, and overhead costs in the production of meat. So kung dali lang mo sa mutubo, so gamay ra gasto sa panahon, gamay ra gasto sa labor. Kung dali lang mutubo, gamay gasto sa feed, gamay ra gasto sa overhead costs sama ng mga light, tubig, Okay. So another traits to consider, we have the feed conversion, or another term it is feed conversion efficiency or feed conversion ratio. So feed conversion of egg production is the key of feeds required per kilograms of eggs produced. So feed conversions of egg productions is computed as total kilogram of feeds divided by total kilograms of eggs. So take note the difference of this one, the feed conversion ratio in terms of body weight. But this time, we are talking about the feed conversion of egg production. So the total kilogram of feeds divided by total kilogram of eggs. And again, the feed conversion of egg has 15% heritability. Okay, gamay lang. So feed conversion of broiler production is the kilogram of feeds required per kilograms of broiler produced. Again, so ang feed conversion of broilers, this one is for layers, but feed conversion for broilers, feed conversion of broiler production is the kilogram of feeds required per kilogram of broiler produced. So actually, we have been computing this one in our actual rearing or raising of broilers. We have last time starting from February 11 to March 11. Okay, so feed conversion of broilers or feed conversion efficiency, total kilogram of feeds, total kilogram of broilers. So take note the difference in these two. This is for layers in egg production, and this is for broiler for meat production. So look at this. The feed conversion of broilers is 50% heritable. So ang weight mas dako sila. Okay, another traits we are to consider in choosing breeds or stock of chickens. We have livability and disease resistant. So kanang dali ra mabuhi, no? Dili siya dali mamatay. So sorry, viability and disease resistant. Viability or livability is influenced greatly by feeding and management practices. So growing mortality is the percent of birds that died on or before they were 150 days old or subsequent age at housing. Meaning to say, ang gidaghanon sa namatay divide sa number kung pila to imuhang gibuhi initially. So pagsugod. So laying mortality is the percentage of layers that died after they were 150 days old, subsequent age at housing. So mortality has an approximate of 10% heritability. Then fertility, this is the fraction of eggs. Again, this is the fraction of eggs sit in the incubator which are fertile. Katong na-embryo. Kung imong liliun sa suga ang itlog, katong na-embryo, na-inabuhi na embryo, fertile yun. So percent fertility, total fertile eggs divided by total egg sit times 100. So ibig sabihin, ang katong fertility katong mga itlog nga na-embryo, katong pagkandling, katong wala embryo, dili ito fertile, ilahi. So ang total fertile eggs i-divide sa total eggs nga imong gipasugod og papiso times 100. That is the fertility. Percent fertility. Then hatchability, katong napiso, actually these are the fertile eggs. No? Usually ang mga fertile eggs mahats gid sila, but dili sila tanan mahats, no? Maybe a portion of that mahats. So per hatchability, the fractions of fertile eggs set in the incubator which hats, no? Fractions of fractions of fertile eggs set in the incubator which hats. Ang heritability ng hatchability is only up to 15%. Okay. So break muna tayo. So that is about the traits or major consideration in choosing a stock or breeds to raise.